Hello, gamers. I'm Kevin. Welcome to my stream. Playing some Magic right now. We're finishing off a cube draft before going on to some more of the Spark. Ooh, Wingbright Thief. That's strong. I didn't keep the best hand. I considered mulliganing. But I'm on the play, and I had Overlord into Aganosaurus. I don't know. I probably should have mulliganed for something more aggressive. My deck's really good and has a bunch of really good one-drops. But I chose to keep. On the play, I had Overlord of the Hauntwoods. So I didn't feel too bad about it. Worst case scenario, we just play a land and have Talion's Throne Guard up next turn. Hopefully we draw a threat. This deck is all about beating people with Ruin Crab and Mockingbird, or Bristly Bill, maybe Scythecat Cub, Mockingbird. There's Nadu as well, with all of the fetch lands. Nadu with Bristly Bill, Nadu with Scythecat Cub. Both of those have quite a combo, where for every land you have on top of your deck, it just triggers and combos for each trigger you have of Nadu. It's pretty sweet. One of the things I've had a lot of fun doing in this set. Why I call it the Landfall Cube. Okay, well, our Larcenist has been excluded. Opens the way for some of these other creatures, I suppose. Getting Talion's Throne Guard excluded would have been pretty devastating later on this game. Oh, Ashiok. That is pretty good. What is that 1 mana for? I'm just thinking about main phasing Talion's Throne Guard. He doesn't know about it, but he knows about my Torrential Gearhulk, so it doesn't really make sense for him to tap out next turn. So I think I should do this now. And I don't think it's worth bargaining away my Overlord of the Hauntwoods, so we're going to Talion's Throne Guard to get rid of this Ashiok. Because also, my opponent could -4 Ashiok and then play that Nightclub Bouncer, putting Overlord back in my hand, and that would have sucked. Yeah, I imagine there's some sort of interaction that makes it so this Aganosaurus Rex trigger does not work. At the very least, we do get to draw a card. It's not really the best trade, but we're going to try it. It looks like my opponent doesn't have any stops. All right, cool. We get to take Ashiok down to 1. I got to keep Disdainful Stroke up because now I have 2 threats. Kill Ashiok or just swing at our opponent's face? Probably kill Ashiok. Make sure it dies. Okay, Ashiok's dead. We did kind of have to waste an attack, but what do we want to do here? One is 2 mana. I feel like I should play around a Make Disappear or Phantom Disappearance based on what I see in my opponent's deck. Plus, Lumbering Worldwagon is going to have a lot more power than Iska's Chariot. Ooh, no more lies. Didn't think about that one. I was playing around. Hey, 2. Nice play, opponent. That's dead. That's pretty cool. House melding our Overlord. Not bad. We don't quite have enough mana to Iska's Chariot and Torrential Gearhulk. So I'm just going to attack for 6, keep up Gearhulk so I can copy Disdainful Stroke. To delete that Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding only costs 1 for our opponent after they got that Overlord land. Well, now we have enough to do both. Our opponent might have a board wipe, but that's okay. Because if this 6 damage gets through, then I feel like they're playing for a board wipe, right? Maybe I hold on to Iska's Chariot. Yeah, probably. Was not what I thought. How many fetches do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 1 fetch left in the deck. Oh. 2 lands left in the deck. Okay, so I can't even really use the fetch. So Bristly Bill. Yeah, I just have to hope my opponent's last card isn't a board wipe, I guess. Not really, That's fine. Got him. All right. I was expecting some sort of board wipe, but oh well. All right, that's a trophy for Cube Draft. Let's take a look at this deck real quick. You didn't get to see me draft it, but you did get to see me finish off the trophy. I started off with a first pick Scythecat Cub and second pick Talion's Throne Guard. Got a Lumbering Worldwagon pretty early on. First picked in Birds of Paradise, pack 2, got a Nadu. Wingbane Vantasaur was, I think, actually, that was my third pick. Fourth pick was Lumbering Worldwagon. This deck was awesome. Multiple times I played Ruin Crab on turn 1, copied it with Mockingbird on turn 2, and then played a fetch land, milled my opponent for 6 cards. That combo was really silly, especially when I had Spell Snare up. Oh, man. That was a fun one. This cube is such a blast. I'm tempted to just keep playing cube, but War of the Spark has a special place in my heart. War of the Spark's the set that was when I really started getting back into Magic competitively 6 years ago, around this time, actually. All right, let's hop into a War of the Spark draft. Hello, gamers. I'm Kevin, and welcome to War of the Spark draft. We're about to play some Magic. We're gonna have some fun. See how many Planeswalkers we can play with. This set is so much fun. Amassing armies, playing instants and sorceries, playing Planeswalkers. A lot of your decks can have like 6, 7 creatures, just because there's so many spells and Planeswalkers to fill the space with. But this set's a lot of fun. There are a lot of it's very dynamic. Each color pair has its own unique twist. Red green is kind of a weaker one, but some of those weaker color pairs make up for it by having very strong rares and uncommons that push them a little bit over the top. Before the Spark, when it comes to like commons, uncommons, you really want to play Grixis colors. Let's see what we get. Wow. A Neheb. Dreadhorde Champion. That card is quite strong. There's also Kaya, Bane of the Dead here. Card is arguably slightly stronger than Neheb. But I do like the fact that Neheb gains you life, draws you cards, ramps you. He is a beating. I don't love the idea of taking a green card first. Like I said, you want to be in Grixis colors. This is a Grixis color because triple black. But also, purple black is rather prohibitive. So I'm interested in this Neheb Dreadhorde Champion. Maybe we can wheel Jaya's Greeting or Tithe Bearer Giant. I think Neheb is good enough to take over most of these other cards. Challenger Troll, I think, is quite strong. So is Jaya's Greeting, but we're going to take Neheb. It's a rare. It's fun. But I wouldn't have knocked you for taking Jaya's Greeting first, if you were in my shoes. All right. Now we're looking at this Augur of Bolas or Ob Nixilis the Hate Twisted. Augur of Bolas happens to be really good because so many of the creatures in this set are actually spells with Amass. Augur of Bolas tends to be really good. It ends up finding things very often. Ob Nixilis the Hate Twisted is a strong card. It's a pretty good finisher because it burns your opponent out. Sometimes it gives them a couple cards, which is kind of bad. I could play Ob Nixilis. I could pick Ob Nixilis, but I like the idea of Augur of Bolas a little bit more. We're going to take Augur. Hello, Vraska. Vraska is quite strong. This is a card I would have first picked out of this pack. I don't know what else was in it, but I would have first picked Vraska over either of these first few packs. This card is really good. It makes 1/1 Death Touchers that when they connect, they get bigger. She's an engine for your Death Touchers, and she makes 1/1s on her own. This is a reason to be in green if you have to, but hybrid mana costs. This is a mono black card to me. Oh, okay. Well, this is a reason to get into black green. If we're getting past Leyline Prowler, the rest of this pack's kind of bad. New Horizons, that card's pretty good. It allows you to splash for the double pip Planeswalkers. Let's see. Maybe I should take. one of these green cards over this Prowler. Just because these black, blue, red cards aren't that exciting. I do see Kiora's Dambreaker. That card's not bad. But Leyline Prowler's strong, so we'll take that, see if green is that open. Oh, wow. Paradise Druid this late? Flux Channeler. This card is pretty sweet. We took Neheb first. And I'm interested in this Flux Channeler. I wish we had taken that Ob Nixilis over this Augur. But I think I should probably take this Paradise Druid after getting past a Leyline Prowler. If you can actually get a reasonable ramp deck in this set, you can be in pretty good shape. Plus, you get to splash for anything, and there's some really strong cards in this set, so being able to move around and splash is quite strong. Okay, Dreadhorde Twins is good. So is Aid the Fallen. It looks like we're getting past like a Jund deck, or at least red-green. I'm definitely interested in Dreadhorde Twins. I feel like we can get an Aid the Fallen later on. And there's also Tibalt's Rager, but I'm just going to take Dreadhorde Twins. That's a good ramp card to follow up Paradise Druid with. I don't remember Thundering Ceratok being terribly good. Vampire Opportunist isn't really good either. Man, I fell for my own the trap I said to avoid of playing green. I think Vampire Opportunist is probably the best card here. I don't think Iron Bully is very good. It's okay. Iron Bully's okay in the right deck. When +1/+1 counters matter, it matters a little bit more, but these packs are just kind of low power in general. Guy's Ghost Form is bad. I guess On-Crop Invader is a card I could play. Not really excited about it, though. Banehound is just bad. I guess I'll take this Thundering Ceratok. We wield the Challenger Troll, but there's a Raging Crotch here. I think I should probably take that Challenger Troll. Challenger Troll is strong. This makes combat difficult for your opponent, and it just kills your opponent sometimes by itself, being a 6/5 that they can't double block. Return to Nature, I don't remember being very good in this set. There's a Dambreaker here, in case blue ends up being one of our colors. Saheeli Silverwing is playable. And so many blue cards coming around. Probably should have taken that Dambreaker, because it looks like green and blue are a bit open. And red is getting cut, it appears. This is tough. Both of these cards are very good. I have a feeling Kasmina is a little bit better, if I had to guess off the top of my head, but Soul Diviner's awesome. I guess Soul Diviner has a chance of wheeling. Yes. This pack is loaded. Callous Dismissal, Mowu Loyal Companion, Tidebearer Giant, Soul Diviner. Mainly Soul Diviner, Kasmina, Callous Dismissal, but Tidebearer Giant's also very good. One of the best black commons. Wow. Wow, this pack's loaded. I think Toll of the Invasion is probably our pick. I wish I had taken one of those Kior's Dambreakers. I definitely made a mistake by taking the Saheeli's Silverwing. Kior's Dambreaker would be a really good way to follow up having Planeswalkers like this. Oh well. Oh well, mistakes have been made. Face's Triumph looks pretty good here, but I think I should probably take Toll of the Invasion. Obnixilis Cruelty looks good here. Yeah. Finale of Devastation is not very good. Just too expensive. You have to pay 2 extra to get whatever creature you want. Not usually worth it. And you getting 12 mana to get the whole +10/+10 effect, pretty rare. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries? That card is good. That card is really good. What is this, pick 4? Wow. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like blue was open because we didn't get past any blue cards that are good. This card's really strong. It makes playing green look a little bit better because it helps us hit that triple blue. But as we're drafting, I'm noticing that more black and blue cards are entering and fewer green. So if we could just move away from green entirely, I'd be fine with that. Toll of the Invasion is the best card here. We're going to take it over at Tamio's Epiphany. Ooh, Lazotep Reaver. That is awesome. This is an awesome card. I think this might be the second best black common next to Toll of the Invasion, but we're picking up tons of strong black commons in pack 2 here. Identifying the space that's open and moving into it. Courage in Crisis. That card's kind of funny. It looks like we're close to the kind of deck that could make use of it, but in general, that card's not very good. I'm not playing Thundering Ceratok, so I guess I'll take this Guild Globe in case I am in 3 colors. That'll help me cast things. Wow. Talk about open. Ashiok. What did we take over Aid the Fallen? A Dreadhorde Twins? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I got a little distracted by that Dreadhorde Twins being in that pack. That Aid the Fallen would have been a lot better, but that's okay. It's just nice to reflect on your picks to identify where you might be able to go in a different direction in the future. Lazo-type plating is good enough. I like that it can save your stuff sometimes. I'm going to take it over the Spellkeeper weird. Oh, wow. Wheeling and No Escape. Pick 10. That card's sick. All right. We don't need too many Kior's Damebreakers. What am I doing? It looks like we just might not play green. Wow. Talk about bombs. Bombs.coms. We got 4 Planeswalkers. We just opened to commence the end game. This is awesome. Still considering playing green cards, but not very highly. I want to wheel this Aid the Fallen one time. All right. What are we looking at? 2 drops. And Geode kind of sucks. I see this Paradise Druid and I'm thinking about, nah. I just think we should totally move away from green. We've got the rest of this pack, so each pick really counts here. I'm going to take this Obnixilis Cruelty over Kaya, Bane of the Dead. High Band of the Dead is definitely going to be good, but we have a lot of Planeswalkers. We just want some instant speed removal. Even Eternal. Good card. There's a lot of good cards in this pack. Maybe we're going to wheel something. I don't think Narset's Reversal necessarily makes it into the deck if we wheel it, but if we could wheel one of these 3 cards, that'd be excellent. Rescue Finisher is not my favorite. Looking at the Snare Spinner to see if it's a possibility, but still, I think we should just stick to not playing green. Totally Lost or a Rescuer Sphinx? Probably a Rescuer Sphinx. That card is very good, I think. There's a lot of 4-drops. Our deck's a little top heavy. We're kind of light on 2-drops. Contentious Plan could be good instead. But I'm going to take Rescuer Sphinx. It's going to be really good with things like Lazotep Reaver, Guild Globe, Haven Eternal, Ashiok. You get to mill your opponent a couple times, and then before they kill it, bounce Ashiok to your hand for a later date. Flux Channeler looks interesting, but we have a lot of 3-drops. Ooh, Aid the Fallen over a Crushed Ascent. Man, having Crushed Ascent would be nice, but I gotta make sure I have an Aid the Fallen in the deck. Thunder Drake or a Dam Breaker. I don't have a whole lot of cheap spells. I don't really have faith that we're going to be able to Thunder Drake often. I think it's better than Kiora's Dam Breaker, though. Another Aid the Fallen. Ooh, Erratic Visionary. That's huge. Gracious Triumph Wheels. Don't want any of those cards. Well, we sure drafted a lot of Planeswalkers. We could have had more. Could have had an Ob Nixilis if we had second picked Ob Nixilis over... What did we take? Second pick. Augur of Bolas. Well, I'm pleased with that. We have tons of instants and sorceries. Augur of Bolas is going to be really good in this deck. I think this is probably where we're at. This is our 40. I don't really want 2 Aid the Fallens. One usually does the trick. Flux Channeler could be pretty sweet with our Planeswalkers that make creatures and with Ashiok. This deck looks cool. Let's play Blue-Black Planeswalker control. Or the Spark's such a blast. Kankadort. I've played against this gentleman or lady a few times. This fine human. A little afraid of a counterspell. But I think I should play something. Oh, nice. No counterspell. Well, there could still be a... Well, never mind. Thought that might be a removal spell. Ooh, Crush Descent looks like it's on our opponent's menu. Yeah, I'm not going to let him Crush Descent me. Very subtle. Very subtle there, Kankadort. Ooh, nice. No escape. Didn't see that one coming. He must have drawn that recently. We stopped drawing lands and our opponent didn't. That's a bad sign for us. Oh, what a blowout. Damn, that was huge. Lazotep plating. That was nuts. And now we get to play this Planeswalker, probably. Mill out our opponent. Draw a card. Bond of Insight. Ooh. Leave the chosen cards in your graveyard and put the rest into your hand. I guess I want to get rid of Aven Eternal and Enter the God Eternals. Yeah, I guess my opponent can have Kasmina. No, my opponent can have... If they get Aven Eternal and Tyrant Scorn, they get to double spell, so I don't love it, but I think that's the best way to do it. Looks like I get to double spell too. Oh, why didn't I play Thunder Drake and Aven Eternal? Because I have no good reason at all. Okay. Turn Rescuer Sphinx. A good trade for us. Mill our opponent. Thunder Drake. Playing around Crush Descent. There it is. There it is. Playing around that all game. Looks like our opponent didn't even have it till now, but our opponent's at 12. I guess we could kill our opponent that way too. Good game, Kankadort. Good game. Wow, that Lazotep plating was nuts. Turned off his Enter the God Eternals. I mean, that was game breaking. That was fun. Next. Want to know. And we're in. This would be a no. This would be a yes. A bottom Rescuer Sphinx. There's one of the islands we need. Oh no. I've made a terrible, terrible mistake. Ooh, playing a little fast and loose today, aren't we? Can you imagine Jace's Triumph actually drawing us 3 cards? Our opponent kept a hand with forests and nothing to play. We just milled a swamp that they needed. That is a bit soul-crushing. Ooh, that thing's big. We didn't have a counterspell, but we weren't going to have a counterspell to counter that anyway. We can't use the Drake to double spell. Let's see what else we get. Okay. Well, Vraska makes a Death Toucher. Vraska makes a Death Toucher. Erratic Visionary plus no escape might be a little bit better, though. We let Jace get hit. We probably let Jace get hit. Make sure we can counter whatever our opponent plays next. Our opponent played nothing. going to double spell here with Thunder Drake and Opportunist. I can chump block the Thundering Ceratok with an Erratic Visionary if I have to. And then the turn after that, I can play Vraska and keep up a counterspell. Or play Jace's Triumph and Vraska. We'll see. Like something's going to die here. Probably our Thunder Drake. Our opponent has Band Together. Which means playing Vraska means they would have band togethered our 1/1 Death Toucher and then killed Vraska. And I don't like that idea very much. Wait, Jace only takes one, so next turn, yeah, the double blocking doesn't really save Jace. Well, let's tick up once. Or double blocking saves Jace. Blocking with the Death Toucher doesn't save Jace. Ooh, that's really good. Is that better than Vraska? No, it's not. We're going to play Vraska. Nah, I'm tempted to Jace's Triumph, but we have a counterspell. We should just leave it up. I will totally double block that thing, whatever he attacks, to make sure it dies and doesn't kill the Planeswalker. He might just have another band together, though. Mild here. And this is Shakes the World. We only... Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, our opponent has black sources now. Could be in trouble. Jace is gone. Jace is gone, and it's not a big deal. I could aid the Fallen now, but then I don't have a counterspell up, so we'll keep up a counterspell instead. Even though our opponent has not played another creature since this Thundering Ceratok. They would if we hadn't kept up counterspell mana, I imagine. Ooh, there we go. Lazotep plating beats Toll the Invasion so hard. It's awesome. That's one of the reasons Lazotep plating is so good, is because it beats this, the best black common. Absolute blowout. Makes me want to have played Aid the Fallen, but our opponent might have just played a creature had we not left up 3 mana. It's working out just fine. They honestly jumped, they fell right into our hands. That was nice. The way we win this game is with attrition. Ooh, that's good. Breacher? Planeswalker? Omnixless Cruelty. Take that out. And then we get to send in some attackers. Yeah. And then the Death Toucher gets bigger. We have no escape up for Nissa. Oh, to be a blue deck. Threaten a counterspell all game. Have your opponent play around it. Quite well, actually. They haven't cast another creature. And they've stayed in the game with all their removal spells. Oh, we are pretty far ahead with all of these permanents. All right, Jace. Draw 3 cards. Good game, Akarin. This deck is nasty. Let's get the next 5 wins in a row. Get up to Diamond 2. All right, we're 2-0. Blue-black control. I don't think we have any Crushed Descents or Herald of the Dreadhordes, but that's okay. You don't need everything. You just need what you need. We do have Aven Eternal. We don't have Tamiyo's Epiphany or Callous Dismissal or Crushed Descent or Contentious Plan. We're missing like a bunch of the best blue commons, but we do have some of the best black commons. And we still have good blue commons, so. And great blue rares, uncommons. This deck is full of delicious synergies. A Grim Initiate. You don't see that every day. That's a card that doesn't really make the cut in my decks pretty often. I think we're going to take 3 and our opponent's just not going to do anything, if I had to guess. Oh, we get a counterspell off. Nice. That's a good one. All right, Thunder Drake. Force our opponent to use removal if they want to get through. We're not. That kind of... That's something. All right, Augur Bolas. Drawing a 2-drop there is quite nice. Oh, I don't know here. I feel like Toll of the Invasion would be nice, picking out whatever they have before they play a bomb. Gracious Triumph gives me cards. Yeah, I guess Toll of the Invasion. I gotta worry about their game plan before speeding things up. Plus, I've commenced the end game to fill my hand. If I can draw a land, keep up Lazotep Plating, and play Toll of the Invasion next turn. Even better, our opponent passes and like tries to play an instant speed removal spell, and we get to double spell. And if I don't get that opportunity, I'll probably just play Thunder Drake. Jiang Yang Yu. Yeah, our opponent's got some decent attackers now. Wow. All right, let's see what's in our opponent's hand. Yep, there we go. Had to get rid of that Sarkhan the Masterless before our opponent played it. That would have been a problem. I think attacking with Thunder Drake probably a mistake, but I gotta kill that Jiang Yang Yu, I think. I guess I'm just gonna take some damage, but I need to kill this thing. Taking 6. The idea is that I can double spell with Thunder Drakes and Lazotep plating next turn. Chain Whip Cyclops is definitely an issue. Ooh, damn. That is not good. Yeah, we really needed to top deck a land there so we could double spell with Thunder Drake, keep up Lazotep plating, or commence the end game to play a creature at instant speed. So where we're at now is when our opponent tries to make it so something can't block this turn, they have to spend 4 mana. So that's essentially tapping out for them. Lazotep plating will at least stop it for a turn. And then it gives us a chump blocker, so it buys us a turn or two. It is an opportunity to kill the Chain Whip Cyclops. I probably need to do that. I lose my Thunder Drake in that case, though, and that's bad. That is bad. If I do this, he's left with the 4/4 and the 3/3. And then maybe we can get him with Commence the End Game. Did our opponent like enter full control? That was weird. Oh, damn. Gonna have to chump block. I don't have a choice while he has that Chain Whip Cyclops. Yep. There's too many land drops. Well, it doesn't even matter. We play Commence the End Game, make a 2/2, or we make a 4/4, and then opponent just gets in for a bunch. So what do we need to draw? Lazotep Reaver off Jace? Oh well. That was a disappointing game. Missed a couple too many land drops. Yeah, I don't know what else we could have done differently. We didn't get that 6th mana, and we just had too clunky of a hand to be able to double spell at any point. That was disappointing. Looked like we had all the pieces to beat our opponent, but we just couldn't make them fit together. Not a great hand. I'd like to stop saying Aid the Fallen and Jace in my openers, but Jace is pretty good, especially when your opponent has an empty board. What a top deck. Oof, getting rid of 2 blue sources there, we are never going to see another. Not a chance. Never see another. There's only 5 more blue sources in here. We won't expect to see one, honestly. Ooh, Arlen's Wolf's gonna be big. Or not. Ooh, that's pretty good. Get to pump up Thunder Drake with a double speller. Just leave up some blockers. I guess I should have kept up Lazotep plating and just took another 3 last turn from Arlen's Wolf instead of playing that Ashiok. We're just gonna die to Arlen's Wolf. I don't know how we're supposed to win this game. Ooh, if our opponent plays combat tricks. Oh shit, that's not a combat trick. I mean, my opponent has to have something, but I don't have a choice here. I gotta kill that Vivian's Grizzly. Wow, we're gonna get beat by a green deck. Yeah, that Obnixilus Cruelty on our Thunder Drake was good. Our opponent has definitely had all of the tools. And Arlen's Wolf is just impossible to block. More removal. Endless. Oh, God. Give me a break. That's the game. Just nothing but Arlen's Wolves. So boring. Arlen's Wolf. That is a card. It is... I mean, we lost to a 3-2 unblockable. That was boring. 2-2? Ugh, abysmal. How are we losing games with this? Yeah, oh, it's because we Augur of Bolost are 2 blue sources at the bottom of our deck. That's how we lost, of course. We didn't see a 3rd blue source for the entire game. And that's why we lost. Because I couldn't get Jace down. If I had played Jace on turn 4, or turn 5, or turn 6, maybe, but... we got rid of our 2 islands with Augur of Bolost. Shitty luck. It happens. Our Ramrod. Isn't that 2 people? Isn't that a team? Yo, what up, Bear? Yeah, 2 very disappointing games in a row. We're moving on to this one. There's an unlikely aid. Is it like a double block? Good double block. I need to draw some cards in order to be able to keep up with my opponent, so let's make them amass 3 if they want to kill Jace with that thing. I needed to draw lands, so had to play something. I could have kept up No Escape, but I think that would have been a loss. Our opponent would have seen we had Counterspell mana up, and they just would have not played anything or played something cheap, kept up interaction. We had to do something. Wow. Wow. Vraska's finisher? That sucks. Oh, Vraska's finish is so annoying. That means our opponent can just get it back, but one of their Aid the Fallens is gone. Oh, unlikely Aid, of course. What? Silly me thinking we might have an opportunity to engage into the game, actually do something. Silly me. I guess we'll just pass. What a boring fucking game. Opponents just have it all. Vraska's finisher. What a joke. Okay. Weird. Pretty good. That's 25 cards. Well, at least we got to interact. Win or lose, I've actually got to do something, so I'm happy. Our opponent has a no escape. What? 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 Our opponent just quits when we play Ashiok? They have open mana? I'm so confused. All right, well, we got to win. 3-2. I thought we were about to get no escaped there, but instead our opponent just forfeit? That was interesting. All right, we get a chance to play some more. That was a good game. I mean, I feel like it would have been a better game if our opponent didn't quit. But I thought we were going to lose. Vraska's finisher taking out Jace. Woo! That tilted me. 3-2. We're playing Planeswalkers. At the very least, this deck is fun. Whether we win or lose. We have a Vraska's finisher. I forgot Vraska's finisher hit Planeswalkers too. I guess that's why it's a reasonable common. wow. Great opener. This is an excellent opener. We haven't seen one of these in a couple games. Had to rely on some top decks, and this looks great. Get out our Reaver. Keep up a no escape. Gateway Plaza. I guess I'll counter that. I would like to scry and a swamp on top. The bane of my existence. Arlen's Wolf. Yeah, that gets bigger. And we make another. And then we play the Thunder Drake. And if our opponent wants to take out Vraska, then we get to attack back for a lot. Turret Ogre is pretty good defense. We top decked a removal spell. So we're going to take our opponent down to 8 here. Thunderdrake is dead, and our opponent didn't attack. Will you trade with Death Touchers? Sure will. I have a feeling there's going to be lands on top. Lands and Planeswalkers. Oof. Big oof. Why did it put them under in a random order? What the hell? Our opponent could take 5 and get a free block. I guess we'll make a 1/1 into a 2/2 first. Boom, boom. Dragon Bolts. Game. Good game. All right, we're 4-2. Arcane the Masterless is such a fun Planeswalker. Back in it. And it's game time. mean, if we can draw an island in the first few turns, this hand looks fine. Can we afford to go down to 5? This deck's not going to operate well on 5 cards. Let's roll this. Just top deck an island in the next 3 turns. We have 9 islands in the deck. There's one. Never didn't have it. Vampire Opportunist eats Ajaya's Greeting so that our Aven Eternal can live. I'm a little afraid we're going to get hit with Battlefield Promotion, but at least our opponent has mana to also play a creature we can counter. That's pretty bad. Oh wow, we just don't draw land. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we're just dead. The Flyers, 6 damage in the air. Can't do shit about that. Even Eternal is exiled from a Wanderer's Strike. Jesus. All these terrible cards we're losing to. Oof. Well, that was boring. Let's see what's in our opponent's hand. I roll. Good games, good games. Sometimes you get beat. 4 and 3. Ugh. Embarrassing. This deck is much better than 4 and 3. I don't even think we threw any games, but bad luck. Good opponents. Can't win them all. 4 and 3 is fine. All right. What do we got? Do we want to play another? good games. Thanks for watching. I'm Kevin. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining my stream. Only got like 20 minutes till it's over. So instead of starting a new draft, I'm just going to call it. Thanks for being here. I'm Kevin.